Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Amatarasu Riddle, sir. Let me just load the game real quick because I don't want to be interrupted by bad song loop during the title screen. So, let me just talk about my day real quick because right now it's actually 10 p.m. and I usually don't really go back home this late. Well, I sometimes do, but my friend doesn't really go to the gym, that late anymore, right? At most, he probably goes to the gym at 8, and we'd be done by 9:30. So technically, I guess I can get back home at 10. But before that, I usually record my episode, right? But yeah, today I didn't really have a coaching session. Like, the friend that I usually coach is actually going to Japan right now, and he's gonna come back before the end of Chinese New Year. Or the start of Chinese New Year, sorry. And yeah, I was literally just going to go eat up at a restaurant with my friend, my other friend. And then after we finished up eating, we went to see to see what was in the cinemas. And we met up, this is by chance, we met up a friend that was also going to watch a movie there. He was watching the 5 centimeter per second movie, like, the live adaptation, and he said it was pretty good. So we just impromptu followed him. So here I am, like, after the gym, after eating some food, and then after watching a movie, which is, stuff that I usually don't really do all that much. But usually I'd be pretty tired, but for some reason, maybe it's because of the overconsumption of caffeine from Coke Zero. But I'm not tired at all, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go to sleep yet. I'll just record an episode. So yeah, here I am. But let me just do the last episode recap. So in the last episode, we found out our last main heroine, which is Yoshi something Miu, right? Yoshikazu? Yoshi something? Something Miu. I don't remember her full name. But yeah, she was the rabbit girl that we found, like, on the first episode. But she just got introduced. And she seems to, or at least I seems to know who she is. I'm gonna guess that she's probably some sort of rabbit in our real life. But I don't know what. And after that, we just made some arrangements or some exploration for the town because the next day was a holiday. So we went out with Miu and also Yua. We went out to this library. We also met up with Rina-san, which was Yua's sister. And she told us about, some interesting place to check out, which is this library, which the owner was a griffin. And it was like a really insanely big library where you can just fall down and you can float, I guess. So yeah, that was the first place. And then the second place was a general store with a sheep butler. So over there, we also found Ai in a freaking box. So we have to purchase the box. And lastly, after we were done with our excursion, Rina-san went home and we got to see some sort of weird-ass delinquents, which we couldn't really do anything towards, but I had to save us. And yeah, I guess technically that wasn't the last thing. The last thing was we went home and we had some leftover seaweed from our mom, so we gave it to Yua. And lo and behold, Yua and I were doing some sort of bathroom thing, and we saw them naked. And then we were done with the episode. So okay, let's start off where we left off, shall we? The next day after school, hey Yua. Yua was in a bad mood all day, so she just left without hearing what I had to say. Ugh. And yesterday was just an accident too. Since Yua's acting like that, I guess I'll head to the library. I mean, it wasn't even my fault. It was her fault for not even having a towel, when she was going out. Who does that? Who goes out of the bathroom without a towel, even though it's their own house? I mean, if you're living alone, sure, but if you have someone else, of course not. I'm usually dragged around everywhere by Yua, but whenever she has business of her own to take care of, I often just go to the school's library room. Well, that's alright with me. Things have been so hectic lately that it's been a long time since I could just relax and read a book. I entered the library room and headed straight for the bookshelf labeled literature. What should I read today? Oh, I haven't gone through this one lately. Right when I reach out for a book of fairy tales. Someone else reached out for the same book with their small hand, bumping into mine. No, it was my... Wait, Miyu? Miyu was already holding a different book in her hands. Go ahead, Miyu. You wanted to read it, right? No, I've read it before. I just haven't in a while. So I was just thinking about reading it again since I'm quite fond of it. Alright then. Let me read that other book you're holding there. Once you're done, I mean. Also, you can call me Take instead of Domoto. I'll call you Miyu too. I mean, I already call you Miyu. Also, I forgot to mention my niece actually got into an accident. Fucking stupid driver was sleeping. You know, not sleeping, but sleep deprived, drowsy while driving. So he hit a bump in the road, or not even a bump. He went to the pedestrian road, and then because it seems that a part of the seatbelt on his freaking car was exposed, my niece, instead of being bumped into the PVC plastic, actually bumped into the steel bolts. So she had to do 4 stitches on her head. Thankfully, it's on the side of her head that wasn't, you know, it's not her face. Because it would have been very bad for a female to get scars on her face, right? What a stupid guy. Man, I hate dumb people. Yeah, stuff like this really pisses me off and really makes me, like just have bad thoughts. Violent thoughts, in fact. Like, you know, like those sort of people should have just not exist. And they should have just died. They're a freaking burden to society. Ugh. Fuck, it's making me feel, you know? Pissed off. Sorry for the like random outburst there. I just kinda have to vent and rant. Miyu shook her head and bashfully hid her red face behind her book. And so, the two of us headed to a table and began reading. Huh? That's when I noticed something unexpected about Miyu. Miyu, you wear glasses. God, I hate idiots. I see. She's behind me in class, so I had no idea. Huh? What does? If I had to say, they do seem a bit out of place. I think they look really good on you. I'm not really a glasses person. I'm just gonna say they do seem a bit out of place. True, they do seem a bit out of place. Well, they fit with Miyu's prim and proper atmosphere, so I don't think they're that weird at all. After that, Miyu and I focused on our reading. Only the sound of turning pages could be heard in the silent library room. It's been so long since I've relaxed with a book. I guess I really do love moments like these. Yua doesn't really have an interest in books, so I would always read alone. But today, Miyu is with me. Sorry, I had to burp there. Man, the amount of Coke Zero I've been consuming is getting to me. Even though we're just silently reading, it doesn't feel unpleasant at all. Actually, it's kind of calming. Like, even though we're not talking, it feels more fun than reading alone. It's as if being together is something natural for us. That's what being with Miyu makes me feel. It's so strange. We've only just met, but we're already so close. Miyu? I then noticed that Miyu was silently staring at me. What's wrong, Miyu? No, I mean, you've been staring at my face. Don't tell me there's something on it. Alright. I went back to reading after saying that, but... Miyu was looking at me again. Is Miyu done reading? Or maybe she wants to talk about something since she just moved here. I guess I'll try talking to her. Hey, Miyu. Miyu, do you like to do anything else besides read? So you like gardening? I like growing potted plants too. I have a bunch at home, and just looking at them kind of calms me down. Oh, she smiled a little. So what do you grow? Let me guess. Carrots? Alright, what am I saying? Now that I think about it, you asked Yuya to make you a carrot salad 2 days ago. Do you like carrots? I'm indifferent towards carrots. I love potatoes a lot more. I don't think I really like eating vegetables, but I love carrots for some reason. Everyone I knew thought I was weird when I was a kid. I mean, I don't hate them, I'm just indifferent towards them. I tried to imitate Bugs Bunny though back when I was a kid, since I watched a lot of cartoons. And I ate like a freaking raw carrot. And oh my god, you can't eat that shit. The amount of, like, I don't know what you call them. Roots? No, not roots. But yeah, we call it getah in Indonesian. That thing is so hard to penetrate with your teeth. Because it's not boiled right, so it's not soft. Yeah, even though they're delicious and have that slight sweetness to them. Yeah, me too. I got the feeling that we both like a lot of the same things. I love tofu. Tofu is also very low in calories. Very filling too. Tofu is great. Then there's seaweed. People say I'm like an old man when... Oh, sorry. Guess my stomach's acting up after talking so much about food. Huh? Oh, really? It looked like Yuya made a lot today, so I can't wait either. Oh yeah, the book I got at Griffin and Nobles was incredibly good. I'm almost done with it, so I'll bring it over for you. After that, the two of us went back to our books, and without anything else to talk about, we just continued to read. I guess this might be the reason why I picked Miyu. The fact that we also have the same sort of hobbies. So conversations like these just flow naturally. Looks like Miu wasn't done reading. I guess she really did just want to talk. We might not be the most sociable people, but when we do talk to one another, we have so much in common that talking becomes a lot of fun. It really does feel pleasant just being with her. Maybe it's because we both love books, but there's no awkwardness when there's just silence between us. It's actually only been a few days since we've met, but now it's like I think of her as an old friend. It's such a strange feeling. Hey Miu, what's your favorite fairy tale? Alice, huh? True, it's a pretty common answer to give when you ask someone what their favorite fairy tale is. I actually don't think I have a favorite fairy tale. But the name of that book holds a very special meaning to me. When I was little, Alice in Wonderland was my favorite tale. Yeah, it's a fun and magical story about exploring a land of wonder and meeting the strange and curious inhabitants there. I used to love it. But in the end, Alice woke up from her dream. Wonderland and its inhabitants were nothing more than a dream for the young Alice. In other words, a world like that just doesn't exist in reality. That's how Alice in Wonderland ends. Duh! That's the reason why those books exist. It's because we want to jump into a fantasy, Takaya. What? There's a reason why those things are called fictional books. There's the genre called fiction. If you want to be, grounded in reality, freaking read non-fiction and science books. I didn't think anything of it at first, but eventually I just thought it was really sad. Wait, why am I talking so much about myself? Sorry, Miu. I shouldn't have said all that when you said it was your favorite. Huh?
きっとワンダーランドは本当にあって、アリスはウサギの穴を通っていったんだよ。だって昨日の探検でも不思議なことはいっぱいあったし、だから不思議の国は本当にあったんだよ。
And with that, Miu smiled brightly at me. Seeing that smile suddenly made my heart feel lighter. Yeah, you're right. For some reason, hearing her say that made all the contemplation I did seem so silly. Thanks. I'm such an idiot. If such strange things can happen in reality, then those worlds that exist in books could obviously be real too. Right. Wonderland exists. What is with Takaya and his insistence on believing in fairy tales? I mean, I don't get it, because I never believed in fairy tales in the first place. But maybe it's like his childish heart or something. I don't know. As I agreed, Miu nodded with a smile on her face. The reality that I had always thought of as boring had saved the world that existed in my imagination. It left me with a rather weird feeling. But thinking about it, it isn't really that weird at all. Because imagination is born from reality. Well, I guess. It is born from reality, but that doesn't mean that, your imagination or anyone's imagination is real. And even now, things that have only existed in the world of imagination are all becoming a part of reality. In other words, reality is turning into imagination, and imagination is turning into reality. Oh, stop. Stop. No, it's not. There is probably some sort of explanation for this. You can't just take things at face value. Maybe these two worlds are not as far apart as I thought. And right when I realized that...
本当に仲がよろしいんですね、お二人は。
Oh, sorry about that, Midori. Thankfully, I have the thing that doesn't skip voice on click. Huh? Whoa! Before I knew it, Midori was standing next to me, giggling.
ご ごきげんよう、先輩。ですが、図書室ですので、もう少しお静かに。
I don't think we were talking that loudly.
すみません。
Midori, why are you here? You don't look like the type to read.
僕は図書委員ですからね。
You were a part of the library committee. Still, when did you get here?
お二人の成就は最初から見守っていましたよ。本に集中されていた時にはすでに隣にいましたし。
Don't say love affair. Seriously. I get that you have work here as part of the library committee, but aren't you going to go to the tea ceremony club?
ああ、この後顔出しますよ。部長と山根先生のことだからきっと二人っきりで楽しくしてますよ。いろいろとね。
If this was a more loot game, we'd probably see Yamane-sensei being banged by the rabbit at some point. I don't know if this is that sort of game though. I'm not sure. Like I said, the only route that I did was Muse and I didn't even finish it. Don't imagine weird things like that.
先生、人参をたっぷり使ったお弁当を作ってきて部長さんに食べさせてたりするんですよ。僕も近くにいるのに本当に暑いんだから。やっぱり花月さんも人参がお好きなんですね。男らしい声でうなりながら耳をピクピクぴょんぴょんさせて食べてるのがなんとも言えず可愛いです。花月さんの気持ちわかります。ところでユア先輩は放っておいていいんですか？
Leave her alone. Hasn't she gone home already?
ずっと入り口のところでうろうろしてますよ。ほら。
Is this our fault? Was she waiting for us?
ユアちゃん。
Entrance of the library, I guess. I thought she was at the front gate. What's she doing? Hey, Yua! What are you doing? Yua stayed silent upon hearing my question. Looks like she's still not talking to me. Look, I'm sorry, Yua. Well, I'm sure you're still mad at me.
怒ってるんじゃないよ。タカのタカ。
See, you are mad.
怒ってるんじゃなくて恥ずかしかったんだもん。だって裸見られちゃったし。裸？おやおや、僕その話にがぜん興味が湧いてきてしまいましたよ。いやー、どうしましょうかね、先輩。
I'm telling you, nothing happened.
あんなことがあったのにどんな顔すればいいんだかわからないよ。というか私がこんなに気にしてるのになんでたっくんはそんなに普通でいられるの？
I mean, it's not like you're the one that saw me naked. I don't have anything to be ashamed of.
ハイちゃんの方がすごすぎて私の方なんか見ても何にも覚えてないとかひどいよ。なんと三つどもえの修羅場ですか？二股ですか？高谷先輩、そんなおとなしい顔して鬼畜の所業ではありませんか？
Hey, I'm begging you, don't make this more complicated.
ともかくこれは責任取らなきゃですね。あんなことをしておいて何でもないじゃ済まされないですよ。
Listen to me. You don't even know what happened. Hey, Yua, stop saying things that people will misunderstand.
みんな落ち着いて。ごめんなさい。
Ah,
ごめんなさい。
everything calmed down with the intervention of a second-year library committee member.
先輩方も図書室はお静かにお願いしますね。それでは僕はこの辺で。
After fanning the flames, Midori went back to her work. Anyway, let's go home for today. heck is Pashu? Maybe Yua got over her bad mood, but she started to talk to me normally again. Well, that's settled, I guess. Although for the time being, whenever I saw Yua, I couldn't help but see her naked body flicker behind my eyelids. Well, I don't think I need to mention that part to her. And I guess we are a pervert, huh? 1 week has passed since then. Yua, Miyu, and I continue to live our lives surrounded by all these lively inhabitants. As for any notable events, there was that time that the gardener's flowers were a bit too healthy, and they grew about 5 meters and happily danced and twisted in the sun. There was a big uproar at school, but everyone soon calmed down and went back to class. It's amazing how used to it all we've become. It all happened on a day like that.
Anime を見ていらっしゃるのですか、心様。ねえ、イル。どうしてこの人たちは汗を流しながらグラウンドを駆け回ってるのかしら。これは陸上競技というものです。足の速さやジャンプ力などを競うスポーツです。でも、どうしてそんなものをアニメで？
I mean, why not?
スポコンアニメというものらしいです。彼らが汗を流す姿を見て感動する者も多いようです。
I mean, that's also the reason why people watch those workout videos. They like seeing other people work out and not themselves. Because they feel like they actually worked up a sweat even though they just sit in their ass doing nothing.
Tari さっきまでいがみ合ってたのに。お互いを認め合った仲だと次第に友情のようなものが芽生えるようです。つまり友達になれるということです。お友達か。心様、アニメに見入っていらっしゃる。そうだ。心様、お耳に入れたいことが。何かしら。
I think she said, lend me your ear. Are we gonna do a sports anime tournament arc? The next morning. Yeah, morning. As you agreed with me, there was a lion and a unicorn duking it out right next to us. I've already gotten used to that kind of sight. Today's the start of another week of school, huh? How boring. You know, people have been calling her the bad pun teacher recently. Well, I guess lately I've been anticipating seeing what kind of bad pun she has in store for us next. If all our classes were like that, we wouldn't need school anymore. I thought that all of your teachers are stupid though in this school now. As we spoke, we arrived at school and saw... What's going on? The cart soldiers were hurriedly running across the school campus.
クラブ班はあの箱を搬入。スペード班はここにテントを組み立てよ。トランプの兵隊さん、ちょこちょこ動いてて可愛いね。
It looks like Iru is taking charge of them. I wonder what they're doing.
おはよう、ローモトくん、ユアちゃん。あ、ミユちゃん、おはよう。なんか今日は騒がしいね。何かあるのかな。
Yeah, it's more restless than usual around here. Well, it's always noisy around here. Let's not worry about it and head to class.
皆さん、席についてください。
After we entered the classroom and the starting bell rung, morning homeroom began.
皆さん、突然の話でびっくりするかもしれませんが、実はですね、聞いたら皆さんがひっくり返っちゃいそうな、とってもサプライズなお話がありまして、
Yeah, stop beating around the bush, man.
はい、明日は急遽すべての授業を中止しまして、体育祭を開くことになりました。
Right, a sports festival. That's what I was saying. Not really a tournament arc. Not a shonen like anime. This is a sports anime.
あ、
At the truly surprising news, everyone save for Kokoro raised their voice. I feel like she's faking her surprise.
体育祭か。楽しみだね。
No, wait. Starting a sports festival all of a sudden like this is just weird. Why are we doing this anyway?
先生もさっき職員会議で聞かされただけなので、先生もよくわかりません。
Sorry there, Yamane sensei. Yeah. To tell the truth, I'm not that good at PE. I can't do something like this without preparing myself.
まあまあ、楽しめばいいんじゃないですか。では、先生は眠いので、これでホームルームを終了します。
God, I hate you so much, Yamane. Hey, sensei, I'm not done. Ah, she left. I exhaled a large sigh after watching Yamane sensei leave at her own behest. So all that chaos outside was actually construction for the sports festival. Hey, Kokoro.
何かしら？
Don't tell me you're the one who decided to do the sports festival.
ええ、そうですけど。
Why are you doing something like this all of a sudden?
それは昨日テレビを見てた時にイルが
Iru?
なんでもありません。健康のためにみんな体を動かすのも良いことだと思っただけで、別に下心なんて全然ないですから。
Yeah, you're still technically a tsundere, I guess, Kokoro. Huh? Ulterior motives?
とにかく私は皆さんのことを思ってやってるんですから。学園長のやることに口出しも無用ですからね。
Yeah. Kokoro started to slur her words for some reason while answering my question. I couldn't really agree with her reasoning, but I had no choice but to give up since there was no way I was going to get anything out of her.
それでは皆さん、今から早速我がクラスの皆さんの出場種目を決めようと思います。
Kokoro stood at the teacher's stand and began dividing the class.
ではまず男子 100m 走、希望する方は挙手を。あ、言うの忘れてました。
Sensei?
ユービットさんはどうやら別チームらしいです。
Why?
ああ、ヒロさんが今さっきそこでそう言ってましたので。
I guess she wants me to be her rival?
ヒロ、どうして？
I didn't really understand why things turned out this way, but everyone started to decide on what event they wanted to participate in, leaving the dumbfounded Kokoro off to the side. Can I, like, not participate? Usually during these things, I am not really a sports person. Like, back when I was in high school, I would just skip out on them. I don't like soccer, I don't like basketball, I don't like badminton. I don't like any sports. But I wasn't, like, overweight or anything back then. I was actually decently muscular, I guess, because I was lifting a tiny bit of weights. I don't go to the gym, but I do have, like, dumbbells my brother bought and never used, mind you. After school, So tomorrow's the sports festival. It really did come out of nowhere.
そうだね。体育祭っていう季節じゃないし。よし、明日はいっぱい頑張れるようにユア特製スタミナお弁当を作っちゃうぞ。
Need lots of carbs there, Yua. Looks like you're raring to go. Thanks. I'm counting on you.
たっくんもみゆちゃんも楽しみにしててね。
Well, I was depressed about the sports festival, but if it means I get to eat one of Yua's special lunches, then I guess it's not all bad. By the time we left school, most of the construction was already done, and the colorful flags of all the countries in the world were fluttering around the sports ground.
どうして運動会とか体育祭の時っていろんな国の旗を飾るんだろうね。
Maybe they're doing it to be like the Olympics.
あれがライオンさん王国でしょ。あれがお日様共和国。それであれがハトさんランドで、それから
Don't just make random stuff up. If I'm right, that's Sri Lanka, Kiribati, and Zimbabwe, I think. I know Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe, but I don't know about Kiribati.
ハート班は看板に飾りをつけた後設置。ダイヤ班は
イルちゃんだ。おーい、イルちゃん。
堂本高也にその仲間たちか。何か用か。
Oh no, not really.
用がないなら明日の準備の邪魔だ。さっさと帰宅しろ。
なんかみんな大変そうだね。そうだね。そうだ。ねえねえイルちゃん、私たちに何か手伝えることあるかな。私もお手伝いします。
These guys are such busy bodies.
いや、特にない。
でも皆さん忙しそうですし。
気遣いは無用だ。帰れ。
すみません。
Ida turned Ai and Mio away without giving them any room to object. She really is a frigid person. I'm probably similar in my personality. But seeing how skillfully she can command these miniature-sized, I was gonna say miniaturized, unreliable cart soldiers, I have to admit, that's pretty impressive.
ヒル、設営ははかどってる？
は、順調です。
あ、ココロちゃん。皆さん、お揃いでどうしました？イルちゃんと兵隊さんたちが忙しそうにしてるから、何か手伝えることとかないかなって。
しかし、そろそろ作業も終わりそうですので。
なるほど。皆さんのお心遣い感謝いたします。ですが、もう準備も終わりそうですし、明日のために体を休めてください。そうですか。そうだね。それじゃあ、ココロちゃん、イルちゃん、また明日ね。はい。皆さん、ごきげんよう。
Alright, see you tomorrow. Slipping through the cart soldiers who were busily running about, we left the school.
ねえ、ヒル。どうして私だけ別のチームなの？
競争相手として切磋琢磨し合ってこそです。昨日のアニメもそうでしたので。
そういうものかしら。あ、見て、たい焼きに足が生えて走ってる。かわいい。
Hey Yua, wait up! Meanwhile,
鏡よ鏡よ手鏡さん、世界で一番美しいのは誰？それはもちろんお兄ちゃんでございます。
なんと正直な鏡か。褒美に 僕のビューティフルな姿をもっともっと見せてあげよう。
さすがお兄ちゃん、シンクのバラを加えてるポーズが様になってるわ。
The least they could do is actually have that stupid rose in his mouth.
あれ
では鏡よ、この斜め45度から見たマイフェイスは普段より何%ぐらいブリリアントかな。
お兄ちゃん、
なんだいマイスイートシスターメロディーよ。おや、何やらモサモサしたものにぶつかったような。いやー、お化けー。
お兄ちゃんが気絶した。私もまた今日。
You know, Melody's voice is actually not too bad. I don't mind her voice. The next day, today's a sports festival. So tired.
元気出してたっくん。ほら、特製ユアランチ作ってきたよ。じゃ
Oh, it's bigger than usual today. I think I'm feeling better already.
ーん。頑張れ頑張れたっくん。
I'll give it my all. With lunch on the line. Sure, I guess. Yeah, if I can have your special lunch, then I have to give it my all. Yua opened her eyes widely in surprise after she heard me say that. She then tried to cover that up.
そうそう、噂になってるんだけど、最近この辺で怪獣が出るらしいね。
What, she didn't think I would be that excited? Really? A monster, huh? Wait, what? Hold on a minute. Why are you saying monster so casually? Like you've heard that there's a pervert in the area.
だっていろんな人たちが住んでる町だもん。怪獣が出たっておかしくないんじゃない？
I mean, technically speaking, perverts are monsters too, I guess. Well, you're not wrong. That monster isn't the griffin from Griffin and Nobles, is it?
その怪獣ってこのくらい大きいんだって。で、ふかふかしててモフモフしてるんだって。
So it's furry, soft and fluffy.
それで早速お姉ちゃんが取材に出て行ったんだけど。
Speak of the devil, right when we arrived at the school gate we saw... Rina-san, good morning.
タカ君おはよう。ねえねえ、そこの生徒さん、最近この辺で怪獣が出るって噂になってるけど、見たことあるかしら？
おや、僕ですか？よくぞ聞いてくれました。
Adam.
それでは語りましょう、マイエピック。僕&妹が学校からゴーホーム。ウェイウェイウェイ。途中で僕のシックスセンスがピン構えた。そこにビッグモンスター。危ない妹よ。Worry, don't worry。パンチ、キック、投げ技だ。僕にかければギッタンだぜ。バイバイ、モンスター。
Does he not feel shame saying all this? He's like lying through his teeth.
お兄ちゃん、素敵よ。
What the hell is this guy saying? Before I realized it, Midori and Miu had arrived. Miu started to turn red, but I could fully understand the feeling of secondhand embarrassment from watching Adam do anything.
なるほど。つまりまとめると、学校から帰宅中に怪獣が出たけど、あなたが退治したのね。すごいわね。
まあ僕にかかれば怪獣の2匹や3匹など水辺に咲く一輪の水仙をなぜるがごとしですよ。
No one's going to believe this guy defeated a monster.
お話ありがとうね。次はそこの生徒さん。
Pomade? The fuck? Loves candy.
あなたたち校門の前で何を騒いでいるんですか？早く教室に行きなさい。おっと、可愛い学園長さんがお冠だわ。それじゃあ私はこの辺で。
Rina-san left after giving a wink and a thanks to the students.
高谷先輩は今日はどの種目に出るんですか？
Can I just skip? Oh, first it's the three-legged race, then...
なるほど、二人三脚。女子の体に合法的に手足を密着できる種目を選ぶとは、さすが高谷先輩、抜け目がないですね。
No, that's not what I wanted to do. We just drew straws at the...
至近距離で味わえる柔らかい体の感触に香りに体温。先輩が今からドキドキしてるのが空気を通じて伝わってくるようですよ。
Ugh, I can't help but imagine it if she describes it like that.
あんた早く教室行きませんと。じゃあ高谷先輩、またゆあ先輩に焼きもち焼かれないようほどほどに。焼きもちだなんてそんなのじゃないってば。
Seriously, we should go too, Miu. After that, all the students got changed and assembled on the school campus, and the sports festival was soon underway.
先生、我々生徒一同はスポーツマンシップにのっとり、正々堂々戦い合うことを誓います。
The people living in town came to cheer as well, leading to there being quite the number of people on campus. Kokoro's in a different team, right? What's she going to do about her teammates? Once Kokoro finished her pledge and got down from stage, I turned to look at her and saw... What? What's that? And I ran as fast as I could after seeing the teammates surrounding her. Hey! Hold on a second!
何か
What is it? There's something absolutely wrong with these team members.
おかしなところなど一つもないぞ。堂本高谷。
Are they the monsters? Not a single. Look, what about him? What? Okay. Did you guys inject something to these guys? And those guys are just fucking animals. The first person I pointed to was a muscle-bound old man with lock-like arms that were covered in twitching veins. That's definitely not something that should be showing up at a school sports festival. And no matter how you look at it, he's not even the same age as us.
ああ、やつか。やつは昨日まで休学届を出していた鬼沢爆流祭だ。休学していたから何年も留年して、未だにこの学園の生徒らしい。
What do you mean, apparently? Then what about him? You could have just put Kokoro in a different class, you know? The next person I pointed to was, in baseball terms, an expatriate? What is that? A foreigner that was twice the size of a normal Japanese person. And is that a guy or a girl? Because he seems to have boobs.
ああ、やつか。どうだ、頼もしいだろ？やつはちょうど今日から交換留学生として我が学園に来たボブだ。
Such a typical English name. Then what's that? The last thing I pointed to was... There's a gorilla, a horse, a kangaroo, and some other beasts in there too. What's with that gang of animals? They're not even people at this point.
いや、やつらもれっきとした我が校の生徒だ。なんならやつらに聞いて確かめてみてはどうか？
Make sure. How do I do that?
他には何か？
Oh, I give up. I let out a sigh and withdrew back to my classmates.
イル、これはちょっとやりすぎなんじゃ。
強敵を相手に熾烈な戦いを繰り広げてこそです。例のアニメで学びました。さて、これで舞台は整いました。 それでは心様、どうぞ心ゆくまで。
そうね。私も先制したんだから頑張らなくちゃ。
Man, the reason why I probably don't like Kokoro is because she's always delegating everything she does to Iru.
説としてこの学園の理事長であるユーティットさんに来てもらいました。実況は私山根でお送りします。よろしくお願いします。力いっぱい頑張る生徒の皆さんの姿を見守りたいと思います。それでは最初の種目は男子 500m 走です。選手の皆さんは集合してください。
よーし、一番手は僕だね。
アダム君、ファイトだよ。お兄ちゃんなら誰が来ても問題楽勝なんだから。
ああ、麗しき乙女たちよ、僕の活躍を見逃さないでくれよ。
Well, do your best. You're up against freaking kangaroos and gorillas. Of course we're gonna lose.
先生、東井道兄は周回遅れなんですが。
Yeah, I never believed that he was in the lead.
あらら。
Just as I thought, Adam was behind by a large margin. Good job.
彼らの卑劣な策略にかかり、僕の実力も一歩及ばなかったようだ。
Yup, definitely.
大地よ、誇り高き戦士につかの間の休息を。
お兄ちゃんの勇姿を私は忘れないよ。
Man, it's so weird seeing these guys with huge boobs in their and they're like sportswear. All right, the real game starts now. The next event is the girls' 200-meter dash. So dumb. What? So stupid. These guys are so bad. Stop with the puns, you idiots. It's no good. There's only idiots left in my class. To begin with, at least say something about the fact that there's a cheetah here.
チーターメス3歳さん早いです。200メートル8秒です。学園新記録出ました。あの子の最高速は100キロを超えますからね。我がチームの選手が学園シータなんて光栄です。はわー、すごいですね。パチパチパチ。
We're not talking about just a school record here, Sensei. That's faster than Bolt, the gold medalist. I think Usain Bolt had it in, was it like 10 points something? The 100-meter dash? I'm not exactly too sure. I'm not like too interested in running, but I think I told you guys that I'm watching Uma Musume Cinderella Grey at the moment while I'm doing cardio. And it does kind of make me feel like I want to run. Because it's a very nice sports anime. I guess it's no surprise, but Kokoro's team ran rampant after that.
次は男子個人障害物競争です。留年生さんが障害物を粉砕して進んでますね。これはありなんですか？ルールブックのどこにも壊しちゃダメとは書いてないですから。次はパン食い競争です。留学生さんが他の人のパンまで食べちゃいました。これも反則だってルールブックには書いてないですから。走り幅跳び 学園新更新です。砲丸投げゴリラさん1位、男子 1000m 走サラブレッドさんが1位です。すごいすごい、ユービットさんチームダントツトップですよ。
Just how are we supposed to win? Do we even get anything if we win? I was stunned at how completely and abnormally strong Kokoro's team was. But it wasn't like we didn't still have a chance of winning. How? Of course we don't. They won everything.
女子 400m 走、今先頭は3年の愛さんです。
Oh, I thought we were like in only our class, but turns out it's the whole school against Kokoro's like group. Huh? I?
体を動かすことだったら誰にも負けない自信があるんだ。
Man, those proportions are so unrealistic. It's so weird, dude. That eye. Just what kind of treatment is the class giving her?
はいちゃん、人気者だね。
Yua's proportions at least look normal from this angle until she does that stupid pose.
もうせっかくリードしてたのに何蝶々なんかと戯れてるのよ。
ここは私にお任せを。
Ah, Ira is moving next to Ai, who's still running.
アイ、これを。
スルメいただきます。愛さん、コースアウトで失格です。
Man, what is this sports festival? Ira is just breaking rules left and right, too.
失敗失敗。
I thought you wanted to have a sense of competition. Doesn't this just... Now you're just dumb, Iru. You're kidding me. Are you guys okay with anything she does? Next was the girls' 200-meter hurdle race that Kokoro was participating in. Who's she up against? We can probably win since Kokoro is so slow. Or so I thought.
ユーディットさん以外のコースのハードルがちょこまかと逃げ回り始めました。
Yeah, this is probably the reason why I don't like Kokoro. Because if you try to go for Kokoro, you're also... Like, it's a package with Iru. And Iru is, you know... I feel like Kokoro herself is okay-ish, but the fact that I have to deal with Iru makes me just not want to deal with her route.
ユーディットさん1位です。やりましたね。あれ、勝ったの？
Our chance to finally win was dashed to bits, and our team started to accept defeat in the face of the large point lead that Kokoro's team had achieved. Oh well. This is an event Kokoro made us do out of the blue anyway. Doesn't really matter to me if we win or lose. Thinking that, I looked at the scoreboard apathetically. But at that moment... I turned towards the sports field with a sudden commotion.
女子 100m 走1位は2年の雪城さんです。
Oh, that's Miu. Miu? Miu got first place?
ありがとうございます。
See? Yeah, her proportions are probably like the most normal out of anyone's. I could see Miu bowing repeatedly to the person who was handing her the first place flag.
すごいよ。みゆちゃん頑張ったよ。
Yeah. And during the next event, the running high jump. Is she just gonna win everything? So high. She managed to prevail over Kokoro's team with her astonishing jumping abilities and nab first place again. How do we even pick who actually goes in our team?
みゆちゃんって足が速くてジャンプ力もすごいね。
why is she picked out of all of the first, second, third years, you know?
そんなことないよ。
So stupid. Miu's performance became the trigger that blew away our class's sense of defeat.
みんなやる気出してるね。さすがみゆちゃん、うさぎさんだけ
Hey Yua, you're not supposed to talk about that.
そうだね。でもみゆちゃんの力があれば、うちのクラスも優勝できるかもしれないね。そうかな。
I just realized like Miu's hair is so long. It goes below her freaking butt. I'm not sure if I've ever told you guys this story, but back when I was still in elementary school, back when I was still having courses for English, I was like, this is back when I was like second or third grade. I was already in class with like sixth graders and also middle schoolers. And there was like a girl who actually does have her hair go down like anime too. But yeah, because I was so young in that class, I was never really treated equally. So it was weird. I was never able to have conversations with them. It's like I'm just like listening whenever they do conversation with other people.
我が陣営の士気をここまで鼓舞するとは、さすがミユさん、マイエンジェル。
What the heck are you saying?
しかし、そんな美しきエンジェルを君はいつも独占している。どうだ、ここいらで決着をつけようじゃないか。我がライバルよ。
Hey, get your face away from me. Ugh, don't grab me. Let me go.
にが話すものか。勝負だ、勝負だ。
Whoa, Rina-san, why are you pointing the camera this way?
いいタカ君。私のことは気にしなくていいのよ。さあ、もっとアダム君と。
God, you're creepy, Rina. These guys are minors, you know. No, I mine a whole lot. And why are you holding that camera with that feverish look in your eyes?
ああ、リナさんではないですか。マイエンジェル。
Just how many angels does this guy have?
お姉ちゃん、帰ったんじゃなかったの？まあ、さっき体育祭だって聞きつけて急いで駆けつけてきたのよ。言ってくれればしっかり準備したのに。言うの忘れてた。ユアの勇姿もいっぱい取るから頑張ってね。頑張るね。
The way she calls Yua is kind of weird. After that, the contest continued on, and our class was able to stand up for ourselves in the cavalry battle and the relay using Miu as our main pillar.
あらあら、動物さんでは牙が組めませんね。ユーディットさんチーム失格です。人間の数が足りなかったみたい。
Kokoro's team continued to make mistakes, so we managed to gradually catch up in points. The class's morale keeps going up, what with Miu leading us. I feel like I'm getting a little into it too. It's a festival after all. It'd be bad if I didn't participate where I could. I'm not really the one to get swept up by the atmosphere. Yeah, it is. I think my partner was. Oh, right. My partner was none other than Miu. I'm not really fast, and I might hold you back, but I'm counting on you. You know, I'm actually taking a closer look at the bloomers, and I don't know why. I think it's only Miu that actually has a camel toe and a stupid bloomers. Does that mean that she doesn't wear underwear? Is that it? I think she is the only one that you can see the camel toe on.
よろしくね。
It's weird. Miu smiled at me. However, it looked like she was forcing herself to smile. Or was it just my imagination? Is it just my lewd mind that actually goes to their bloomers first? Or is everyone like me? I don't know. I'm gonna say I'm not the pervert though. Miu and I immediately prepared for the race. So we're the anchor. That's the position with the most responsibility. I'm getting nervous. Miu's breathing was rough. Her strained smile from before was probably because she was getting tired. Miu, are you okay?
大丈夫だよ。ごめんね。心配かけちゃって。
No, I'm sorry that all of us keep relying on you, Miu. You've been going into event after event for a while now. She managed to hang in there well with her modest personality and dainty body. I can't help but root for her. Miu, you sure are amazing.
私？
I mean, even though you're so tired, you're doing your best for the team. It's okay to stop if you're pushing yourself, you know?
大丈夫だよ。私、あまり自信はないんだけど、みんなの力になれるって思ったら、元気に出てきて、私、もともとそんなに体強くなくて、友達も少ないから頼ってくれて嬉しい。
I see. Yeah, I feel like all of these characters that we see, maybe they're like manifestations of all of, you know, all of Takaya's actual emotions back when he was younger. Maybe this is actually what Takaya felt when he was young, and he doesn't anymore.
堂本くんもゆあちゃんも応援してくれてるし。
Miu embarrassedly smiled with her face covered in sweat. I really can't help but cheer her on. I once again thought to myself how amazing she was. I'm starting to feel ashamed for thinking it all didn't matter. I have to do my best to reach even a fraction of the effort Miu is putting in. As I thought that, I sat down and tied my leg to Miu's with a string. Is it too tight?
大丈夫だよ。
Once it was tightly bound, we stood up, and we both put an arm around the other's shoulder, but... Crap, her face is so close. I can't help but notice that. It's all because Midori said all that stuff. Ah, there's a good smell like shampoo coming from Miu's soft hair. And her body is so slim, but it's really soft. And I can kind of feel her warmth through her clothes. No, what kind of stupid stuff am I thinking about? With tears of blood, sure. All the boys in my class are stabbing me with their sharp gazes. Not good. I have to get my head in the game. Hey, Miu, how about we do some warm-ups?
せーの。1、2、1、2。
1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, we're doing pretty good. What the hell are we doing anyway? Ugh, her chest is hitting me. This modest feeling I'm getting is different than you or Midori's. Wait, damn it, stop thinking about it.
先生、熟睡してるわ。いる？
はい。次の種目は二人三脚リレーだ。選手の面々は所定の位置につくように。
It's time. Let's go. I'm surprised she's actually not that nervous even though we're so close. You'd think that she'd be a lot more nervous. You know, guessing from her personality about how she didn't even want to call us Takaya the first time. But I guess she's not that, you know, she doesn't care too much about actual physical stuff. And so, the three-legged relay race had begun. By the time mine and Miu's turn came, Kokoro's team was leading the race in first place with a wide margin. Our class was in 5th place, a far cry from first. And it's their fault we've fallen behind quite a bit.
妹よ、あと少しだ。頑張れ。
Why are they so slow? I thought that Adam was actually pretty fit. Hey, you're making faces that are a little hard to show people right now, Toido siblings.
ごめんね、二人とも。
And I don't know what the hell an anchor is. Is it like the last part, you know, the last couple that has to go to the end of the finish line? While running their handsome and beautiful faces, Adam and Melody finally made it to us.
君に未来をたくさん。
Yeah, Mio, let's turn things around. Why with this sudden, like, you know, opening music? In order to stop being overly conscious of Mio's body, I focused all my nerves on running. Taking the baton from Adam, we ran out at once. 1, 2, 1, 2. That doesn't sound very excited now. Mine sounds a lot more excited, Mio, and I wasn't really that excited when I was saying that. Alright, we're both in sync. We're doing okay for now, but we're not going to catch up at this rate. Let's increase the pace.
ペースアップだね。せーの。
Oh, alright. We're picking up speed. Just got to keep this up. Huh? Wait! You're going even faster. Wait, Miu! Time out!
少し早すぎたかな。ごめんね。
Yeah, that's the bad thing about this music. The loop is so bad.
心様チーム残り半周。
No, keep going. I'll try to keep up.
それじゃあ、
Whoa, so fast. I barely managed to keep up with Miu's speedy legs. I'm sure Miu is slowing down to match me, but it's still enough to make me feel like I'm going to fall over at any moment. But it's hard to breathe, but I wonder why it feels kind of pleasant. I could run this fast? The wind was splitting apart before us. Was that actually the loop part? Actually, I don't feel like this is a loop yet. Huh. I guess it was just a weird part that they have there in the, like, BGM. I didn't know it felt this good to run with everything I had. Nope. I really do think that was the loop part. It's so bad. In order to keep up with Miu's tempo, I desperately hastened my arms and legs. Going even faster, even further, ever forward. So fast!
どうもたく、雪城さんペア。どんどん1位との距離を縮めていますね。
Why are you commenting? Just sleep, Yamanu.
心様何か手を打ちますか。心様。
いいえ、このままにしておきなさい。
御意。
Just a little more. I started to feel enjoyment from the act of running. Just a little more. Gotta make it. I also felt the desire to win. I was so fired up that my normal self wouldn't even believe it. Ugh, this song loop is so bad. Before I knew it, we managed to overtake the other teams and even pass first place. Miu and I managed to pass through the tape. Did we do it? Once it was all over, fatigue suddenly caught up with me, and I fell on my butt, gasping for breath.
たっくん、みゆちゃんすっごい。5位から逆転して1位になっちゃうなんて。
Huh? First? We really took first?
やったね、トムトくん。
Miu smiled and extended a hand to me while wiping away the sweat from her brow. Yeah, it's the first time. that I got first in a race. Nyeh. Ugh. Thanks.
たっくん輝いてるよ。かっこいいよ。
Piece of cake. Huh. Well, it was all thanks to Miu, though.
私何も。でも堂本くんとでよかった。
Thought you were supposed to call me
他の人だ
Takaya.
ったら多分うまく走れなかったし息も合わせられなかった。やっぱりたっくんとみゆちゃんは息が合ってるね。
息が合ってたのは僕たちも同じさ。どうだったかな、僕の華麗な走りは。
私もすごかったんだから。
Yeah, the way you two were in sync was amazing in a way. Both of your expressions while you were running should never be shown in public.
そんなはずは。皆さんが撮ってるというのに。
You know, I actually don't know how schools in Japan group up their students, but I think in Indonesia here, we don't really group up the class if they know that, you know, these guys are siblings. Because, I don't know. It wouldn't be fair, I guess.
そんな。
I mean, maybe it's not like it wouldn't be fair, but there's a reason why they don't do it.
頑張ったよ。
They probably want to split them up, I guess, to have different, you know, different, like, friends and stuff.
そうだよね。
エンジェルたちの聖なる祝福が身に染み入るよ。ブラボーブラボー。
I've been thinking this for a while, but life must be easy if you have Adam's personality. I don't know.
次の借り物競争タックもだよね。急がないと。
Ugh, 2 in a row? Well, don't have a choice. Better go. What am I supposed to scavenge? Slightly regaining my breath, I headed to the starting line once again.
やはり君と僕は戦う宿命にあったようだね。どうも。
We're in the same class though. Why are there multiple people in the same class? Right. The person who was participating with me turned out to be this guy.
これで勝った方がミュウさんをデートに誘う権利を手にするなんてどうだい？
What are you saying? Miu and I are just friends. Go ahead and ask her out and get shut down.
何？君というやつはこの後に及んで僕と正々堂々と戦う気はないのかい？
I'll be going now.
君がどんなにとぼけようとも僕は君のライバルとして。あ、しまった！
Like I'd get caught up with that guy. I hurriedly picked up a piece of paper with a subject on it. Let's see. Huh? A bell? Hey, isn't this a hard one? Like anyone would bring a bell to the sports fest? Yeah, I has it. Oh, there is. I headed to the place where the third-year students were. Right, there's only one person that comes to mind if you mention bells. Hi, let me borrow your bell.
高谷くん。いきなり鈴を貸せだなんてどうしたんだい？
My subject for the scavenger hunt is a bell. I'll bring it back right away.
そうなんだ。でもたとえ高谷の頼みだとしてもこの鈴を貸すことはできないんだよ。
Alright, then I'll just take you. You come with me. Huh? Is it that important to you?
そうだと思うんだ。
Just come with me then. Please, I'll bring it back right away. Crap, there's someone already heading towards the goal. And he even had a really easy subject. If that's the case, even if I can get first place, please. If you can't let me borrow it, then come with me. Exactly. That's so easy.
まったく可愛い弟の頼みだ。お姉ちゃんとしては聞かないわけにはいかないね。
Ugh, I get it already. Please, One-chan. Hurry in. Ah! Everyone's headed to the goal already.
よしわかったあそこに行けばいいんだね
You have to carry me though. She finally gave me the okay, but I don't think I can. But I don't think I can catch up. Typo there. That's probably our first typo, surprisingly. Huh? Whoa! What are you doing?
しっかり捕まってるんだよそれ
I dashed towards the goal while holding on to me. No, instead of a dash, it was more like she was repeatedly jumping. Her body was so light, it was hard to believe she was carrying a man as she briskly jumped like a stone skipping across a pond. I thought Ochazuke is like a food. In the blink of an eye, we passed the person in first place and crossed the goal. Finish! Wow. I unexpectedly managed to win 2 times in a row. An indescribable sense of accomplishment started to well up inside of me. All that's left is...
やったねタカヤ君が1位だってさ
It didn't feel that way because you helped me. Yeah, thanks, but... do something about the embarrassing sight of a guy being carried around like a princess.
誰か頼むうさ耳をした少女はいないかい
Huh? Adam?
タイムアップだ。遠移動アダム失格。
なんだこれは僕がこんな大外れを引くなんてこれはあなた僕の美しさに嫉妬した輩の罠だ
Yeah, that's a trap for sure, Adam. I feel like the only one that could know that one was just me. Aw, that's not a bad subject. It's the best one. What a shame. I could only smile bitterly as I saw Miu in a panic, and Adam grit his teeth in frustration. I forgot whether or not I've already drank my omega-3s today. I did come back quite late. And so, we as a class managed to bite back at Kokoro's team. Thanks to Miu's brilliant performance, we managed to come up from behind and take first place. With the last event, we're winning with a 100-point difference. Alright, one event left. I could see Kokoro making a sad face while in the commentator's seat. It pains me a little to see that, but they're coming at us at full force with all sorts of tricks. We have to go all out too.
では本日最後の種目クラス対抗障害物リレーの選手の方は準備を始めてください
First place at the obstacle relay race gets 50 points, so even if we're in last place, we're sure to win.
なおこちらの最後の競技のポイント数は150ポイントです
What?
心様この競技に勝てば優勝ですよ
What bullshit last minute thing are you adding here? Wait a second, Sensei? At this sudden piece of news, I headed to the tent in confusion.
はい
Wasn't the last event worth 50 points? Was it 150 now?
でもさっきイルさんはい
かにも150ポイントだ間違いない
But look, it says 50 points right here. I took out the festival's program and showed it to Iru.
プリンターの不調による誤植だ修理を後で依頼しないと
Ugh, I really hate this girl. What a bitch. You actually changed it just now, didn't you?
そうなのイル
そんなことはございません心様
But
ローマトくんもうそろそろ準備しなくちゃ
yeah, fine. I didn't bite one bit, but I had no choice. Miu and I headed to our designated positions.
さあ心様ファイトです
ええ負けないわ
Who is she even gonna be with? I guess we won't be able to win so easily. For Pete's sake. But there's no turning back now that we've come this far. I'll fight to the bitter end in this last event. Right when the mood on campus had reached a fever pitch, we all stood up against Kokoro and her team.
優勝は私たちがいただきます。
Yeah, we're not going to lose either.
それでは最後の種目クラス対抗障害物リレーです。競技の内容は学園の中に張り巡らされた障害物をかいくぐりまして、最後は校庭にあるゴールにいち早くアンカーがたどり着いたチームが優勝なのですよ。あと途中お互いの選手自体も障害となりますのでご注意ください。私はカンペ読んでるだけですから。
Man, I really hate you too, Yamane. Yamane and Iru are definitely two characters that I do not like whatsoever. She actually said openly that she was reading a cue card. Now then, as for the running order for our team in Kokoro's team. Second year class X team, first runner Oyama, second runner Miyu, third runner Kashiwabara, fourth runner Domoto. Kokoro's team, first runner exchange student, second runner cart soldier, third runner Iru, fourth runner Kokoro. Why are they not having the sprite for the exchange student? They have Bob. So Iru's finally participating. Looks like Kokoro's team doesn't even care about putting up appearances anymore. However, our first runner, Oyama-kun, is a regular in the track and field club. Our class should be able to win with him and Miyu.
というわけで僕が第一走者だ。君には負けないぞ、堂本くん。
What? Wait, what? What happened to Oyama-kun?
ああ、大山くんには代わってもらったよ。
Why?
この最終局面の大舞台こそ僕にふさわしいと思わないかい？
Why the hell what Oyama even switch place with you? Doesn't he want to win the race? The sports festival? Why is this guy butting in at the most important part of the competition?
堂本くん、私一生懸命頑張るから。
Yeah, you're the only one we can count on, Miyu.
頑張る。
Anyway, there's no backing out now. We just have to do what we have to do. Feels like Miyu should be the last one, should be the anchor or whatever, since she can probably sprint to the finish from start. Each runner went to their starting positions. Now then, on your marks. Oh, sorry, that wasn't me.
みんなスタートダッシュで
I
何
got
人リード
overexcited.
できるか注目したまえ。
At the very start, the exchange student blew Adam away with immense force.
お兄ちゃん。
Yeah, that's Bob. Why not just have the sprite?
そう来なくては面白くない。みんな僕のヘルメスのごとき走りぶり刮目してみよう。
Adam did a pose while he ran. Oh, he looks cool. Well, it would if he wasn't in last place by a large margin.
さあマイエンジェルミュウさん、僕のピュアなハートがこもったバトン受け取ってくれたまえ。
すごく離されちゃったけど、でも頑張らなくちゃ。最初の障害物ははしごくぐり。
What? You're small though. Of course you can.
やった、追い抜いた。ただいま雪城さんトップです。
I knew Miyu could do it. We got back the time Adam lost. The opposing team still has Iru in store, but even I should be able to take on Kokoro.
あとちょっと
The hell?
何かぶつかって
What is it? Something rabbits are afraid of? Miu? What's wrong? Everyone turned towards the school building once Miu's scream suddenly rang out. And when they did, what they saw come out from the other side of the building was... So is she afraid of this? Is this the monster thing? A big cat? A gigantic cat that was twice the size of the school building.
なんであんなものが
Huh? That's not your team's doing?
違います
Then Iru?
それも違うぞ堂本孝也
Whoa, don't sneak up behind me like that. Don't read my mind.
わかった次からは言ってから背後に立
No, I'd be happy if you wouldn't stand behind me at all.
イルあの猫ちゃんは一体
つ申し訳ございません心様私も説明ができません
あの怪獣は昨日僕が退治したはず。己復活したのか。
No, enough about that already. Anyway, we're not making any progress just talking about it here. I'm worried about Miu too. I should check up on her. I mean, wasn't she with us on that chibi sprite? Hey Miu, are you alright?
堂本くん私は平気
I see. That's great. Still, that's a big cat. What did it eat to get so big?
小さい頃はミルクを飲むと大きくなるってお母さんから聞いたけど
You have a mom? People said that to me when I was little too, but why did it show up here all of a sudden?
大きい猫ちゃんだね大きいけど可愛い
Yua, the other students, and the people from town who came to cheer all came over in waves.
鳴き声も可愛いわね
I don't really care about cats. I don't care about pets in general. I don't care about animals, guys. I'm not really that person. Like, I don't care what the fuck they're doing.
でしょでしょなんかモフモフしてて柔らかそうであったかそう買いましょうかこの猫ちゃんきっとご近所の話題になるわよ
Just how are you going to keep something this big? The gigantic cat ignored our ruckus and groomed itself without a care in the world. Now what should we do? We can't just leave it here.
困りましたね
Oh, the cart soldiers are going after the gigantic cat. You guys are not gonna be able to do anything to that thing.
あなたたち待ちなさい
However, their miniature spear pokes had no effect. The cat just played around with the cart soldiers as though they were tickling it.
心様ここは私にお任せを
イル
私がこの猫を排除いたします
How? Well, I guess if you can missile it to death, sure.
イル待ちなさい
This time, Iru faced off against the cat, but... Man, I wish the cat would just smash you and you die, Iru.
やっぱりダメイル猫ちゃんを傷つけたらダメ
わかりましたどうやら私にもあの猫を傷つけることなど無理なようです
Shut up, you're an android. You don't have emotions. Your programming doesn't allow for that. Well, maybe if you do have emotions, it's probably to protect Coco or something.
かくなる上は僕の登場だね。
だね。こうなったら仕方ありません。
僕を無視しないでほしいな、プリンセス。この僕にかかればこんな猫くらい。
Adam was blown away by Iru's rocket headbutt.
こんなに可愛い猫ちゃんを攻撃することは私が許しません。
What if it's me? So Kokoro, do you have any ideas?
そうですね。イル、近くの木を一本引っこ抜いて。
かしこまりました。
Uproot a tree? What is she planning? What, does she want to make it like catnip? To make it play with the cats?
お願いがあります。今からイルが木を抜きますので、みんなで担いでください。それから
Why not just have her do everything? She can uproot the tree, she can carry it. What the hell?
では抜くぞ。
We can't do this. Following Kokoro's instructions, a large crowd of students, including myself, shouldered the tree Iru uprooted.
それじゃあ皆さん、準備はいいですか？
It's so stupid, she's able to uproot it, she can hold it. And so the plan that Kokoro came up with was... to basically use the big tree as a cat toy and lead it out of the campus. A cat toy plan. Kokoro sure thought up something cute. Although saying that, we didn't have any better ideas. We had no idea if it would work, but it was the only thing we could do.
それでは、そのままゆっくりと校門の方に交代してください。
Is this even gonna work?
みんな、頑張って。
Yeah, look at the freaking bloomers, guys. Only Mius actually can see a camel toe if you guys focus.
皆さん、頑張ってください。もうちょっと右、右。あ、引きすぎ。そう、そのまま少しずつ。慎重にやらないと猫ちゃんが障害物に引っかかって怪我しちゃうものね。
I actually wasn't paying attention to eyes. I need to see her again.
お優しい。
With Kokoro's guidance, we were steadily bringing the cat off the campus. Alright, the cat's slowly moving away from the school building. If we keep this up... But at that moment... the cat noticed the big ball we used in a competition, and it returned to the front of the building. After that, we teased the cat with the tree again and brought it away from the building, but... it got bored.
猫ちゃん、起きて。にゃんにゃん、にゃおー。
Some people are probably into this whole cutesy act. Not me, though. To me, it's weird.
にゃんにゃん、にゃおー。ガラガラ。
Yeah, this is definitely not my thing. Sorry, Kokoro, you're just weird to me. Kokoro pretending to be cat is so... Definitely not me. Sorry. Now what should we do about this cat, huh? Sorry, Kokoro. I don't particularly dislike you, but, you know, that sort of character trait is, you know, kind of weird for me.
これは、その。
Yeah, and she's still doing it anyway. The cat rolled towards the building and started to play around.
このままだと壊れちゃうわ。皆さん、急いで。
Yeah, this cat play thing is reminding me of Mahiro's route. Mahiro, right? Mashiro? From Aokana. We all hurriedly try to shake the tree to get the cat away from the building, but... yeah, me too. This is why you should have just used Iru. Why are you using everyone? We all were running out of stamina and so couldn't move the tree as well.
どうす
様、今助っ人を呼んでおります。彼らが到着するまで時間を稼げれば良いのですが。
そうなの？でも時間を稼ぐって言ってもなんだかうるさいですね。
Ah, Yamane Sensei is in the cat's way. Bro came hopping in and he pulled Yamane Sensei by the collar, leading her out of harm's way.
ありがとうございます。
礼なんか言うんじゃねえよ。俺はお前に怒られなくちゃいけねえんだからよ。俺がお前を守るなんてのは当たり前のことだ。それなのにお前に悲鳴を上げさせちまった。すまねえな、夢。
You're so awesome, bro. No, not really.
兄貴、かっこいい。
Shut up, Yua.
なんだかあの二人のところだけキラキラした空間になってる。
You know, Miu actually talks quite slowly, but I don't know why I don't dislike the way she talks. She actually does talk slowly, doesn't she? Maybe it's because I don't really mind the character that much. But man, when Yamane Sensei does it, I hate her guts. This is bad. The cat's hugging onto the school building.
これは八方塞がりだ。
八方塞がりだね。
What, is it gonna destroy our castle? The cat was using the building as a toy and was about to destroy it. But at that moment...
やれやれ。仕方ない。私が行こう。
Yeah, see, you can't even see camel toe and eye. And you think that she probably doesn't wear underwear too. I moved close to the cat and started talking to it. The cat then stopped playing with the building, and it nodded its head as though it understood what I was saying. Huh? Huh? I was talking to the cat. I wonder what she's saying to it. It's hard to hear from where I'm standing.
猫ちゃんおとなしくなったよ。不思議だね。
Yeah, it sure is. In a daze, I looked at Ai, who seemed to be an endless source of mystery.
ココロ様、助っ人が到着しました。
Huh? That's the gingerbread
ぶ
man?
つかったパンの匂いがするおじさんだよ。
Yeah, I sort of vaguely remember you. The old man walked up to the cat and pinched his own head. What a weird thing. He actually tore off a piece of his head and held it out to the cat. Hey, isn't that the guy who was carrying his own head on the night of shooting stars?
そうだね。
I mean, he didn't have a sprite, so I don't know. The piece he tore off his head was filled to the brim with red bean paste. He really is made of bread. Oh? The cat's getting smaller and smaller after eating the old man's head. Oh, the gigantic cat turned into a regular-sized cat. So I guess this is something like Alice in Wonderland, where Alice drank those two things to get herself big and small.
これで一件落着ですね、ココロ様。
What about our race, though?
そうね。よかっ
None of this made any sense, but I guess it all turned out fine. Yua, what's wrong? You keep staring at that old man. You're not thinking something like his head looks tasty, are you?
た。なんでも。
Oh, you're actually thinking about something serious? Huh? She seems unusually unsatisfied about something. I wonder what's wrong.
それにしてもどうして猫ちゃん大きくなっちゃったのかしら。
Following the old man, a woman with a luscious body, horns on her head, and wearing a cow print bikini suddenly showed up. What do you mean by your stuff?
たっくん変なこと考えてるでしょ。
Why are you suddenly angry, huh? No, I'm not thinking about anything like that.
変なことってどんなことなのかしら。
いやらしいね。
いやらしいわ。まあタカくんたらさすが男の子ね。
Why even show her reaction? Who cares? God damn it. Ugh, you guys. Don't look at me like that. While I was being flustered, the two mysterious inhabitants from town valiantly left the scene. So we still won, right?
猫ちゃんゴロゴロしててかわいい。おっきい猫ちゃんもちっちゃい猫ちゃんもかわいいね。
You sure like showing off your navel there, you You and me were in the middle of playing with the shrunken cat. So what about the sports festival? Good point. Looking around, everyone looked ready to leave after the cat crisis was safely dealt with. True, that does make sense. Right, at this sports festival, everyone's a winner.
みんなが優勝。
What's wrong, Adam?
取ってつけたような臭いセリフをドヤ顔で語る君も悪くはない。
I have a smug face right now? You of all people have no right to.
ねえイル、これで体育祭終わったけど。
So?
ええ、私の計算通りですと、これであのアニメのような展開に。
そうね。じゃあ行ってくるわ。
ファイトです、心様。
その
What is it, Kokoro?
大丈夫よ。イルの言った通り大丈夫なはずなんだから。あなたを私の
Your?
私の
Servant?
してあげなくもないわよ。
You have such a troublesome personality. Huh? Just when I was wondering what she was talking about, it's that 8 thing again. No, I'll pass on being an 8, thanks.
そんなはずじゃ。
And try to be more honest with yourself, Kokoro. Who the fuck wants to be an 8?
そうですか。
Like, even if you offer friendship, some people might not even accept it. You think they'd accept being a servant? Hearing my answer, she lowered her shoulders dejectedly. Ah, she looks like she's going to cry. Does she really want an 8 that much? Well, you certainly are an amazing person, Kokoro. I'm seeing you in a better light. A little. Why? She didn't do shit. You managed to inspire everyone with your leadership back there, and you were really nice to that cat. I mean, everyone was happy with the sports festivals, your cat toy plan, and how all that turned out. It's all thanks to you in a sense.
私のおかげ。
I really don't think she actually did much. Ah, she's starting to shrink inwards, making her already small body look even smaller.
そんなことないです。学園のリーダーたるもの、当然のことですから。
Oh, that makes sense.
さ行くわ。
What a troublesome personality. I hate tsundere so much. Kokoro turned around with Iru following after her, and they retired into the school building.
もうヒルの言った通りにいかなかったじゃないのよ。
そうでもなさそうな気もしますが。
ヒル、何か言ったかしら？
いえ、何も。
Alright, the sun's starting to set, so let's go home, Yua. What's wrong? You keep spacing out.
たっくん、さっきのタンのおじさんと牛のお姉さん。
Do you recognize those two?
なんでもない。
Alright, then let's go.
そうだね。バイバイ、猫ちゃん。
She must have realized that it's probably part of my imagination as a kid or something. But I thought that Yua was also my imagination. Maybe she's her own being. I don't know. I don't know Yua's story at all. The only story that I know a tiny bit is, like I said, Miyu's. And after all that, the sports festival ended on an indefinite note. Alright, after this day finishes, I'm probably gonna end the episode. After going home, eating dinner, and taking a bath, I threw myself onto my bed and thought back over what happened today. You know, surprisingly, this episode didn't really make me feel exhausted. Probably because we didn't really talk to too many people, I guess. We were mostly just doing, you know, the sports festival. The fatigue is hitting me all of a sudden. I really did do my best today. I haven't tried so hard since I was a child. Children always get so caught up in things and try their very best, even when it all looks pointless from the very beginning. They'll get caught up in anything, so they never have the time to even think about being bored. Even I got caught up in trying to beat Kokoro and win the competition. And when I did, the feeling of boredom inside my head disappeared before I even knew it. In some ways, it was like being a child again. Childhood, huh? Back then, But if that's the case, just when did I start to feel bored every day? What made me stop being a child? I should stop. If I try to recall why, I'll remember something I don't want to. I put the bed sheets over myself and closed my eyes as I stopped trying to think. But at that moment... The sound is coming from outside? Going out to the veranda, I could hear the sound of a bell coming from above. After climbing over the handrails and up to the roof, I saw exactly who I expected to see.
やあ、タカヤ。今日の体育祭はどうだった？
I was sitting up in a tree. Well, it was all abrupt and crazy, but I had a pretty good time.
そっか、それはよかった。楽しそうなタカヤを見て、私もとても楽しかったよ。
But that giant cat really did surprise me. Just how did you get it to calm down?
どうやってって説得しただけだけど。
And I'm asking you how exactly you convinced it. No, forget it. She's probably not going to give me a satisfying answer anyway. But if you could do something like that, you should have done it from the start.
だってみんなのこと見てて面白かったからね。君たちだってみんなで木を振り回して盛り上がっただろ。
Well, if I had to say whether I got excited or not, I guess I did. Wait, she showed up here so naturally that I forgot to ask the most basic question. What are you doing here?
散歩だよ。
This late at night?
夜だからだよ。夜といえば散歩に一番適した時間帯だって決まってるじゃないか。
Is it? Taking a walk at night, that's just like... Just like what? It was at the tip of my tongue, but the answer didn't come to me.
さて、私は散歩の続きに行ってくるよ。それじゃタカヤ、また明日。
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to say there. Like what? A ghost? I hopped off, and she leapt from roof to roof without making a sound as she went. I should go to sleep. Before I went back to my room, I looked up at the sky. Tonight as well, the sparkling stars like scattered gems were filled with light, as if they were watching over all of us below. A very unrealistic, view since we can't see the stars anymore. And alright, I think this is probably a good time for me to cut off the episode right here. Where's that save option? There we go. I think it's a pretty nice episode, surprisingly. Like I said, for some reason I wasn't exhausted throughout just the whole episode. I don't know why. The Miu scene was nice. There wasn't really much stuff with Yua, and then most of the stuff that happened in this episode was the sports festival. But I guess, yeah. I probably still like Miu the best, really. So I guess I understand the reason why old Azai, chose Miu the first time. But I did not like the route. I did not like how they didn't blockade you from doing the route because, like I said, it kind of spoils a lot of things. Well, maybe it actually didn't spoil anything. I don't know. Maybe it's like only the surface of the actual thing that's going on in the story. I don't know, but I just didn't like how the story went about it. But I guess we'll see. That's why I'm gonna be doing Yua's first. After Yua, we'll see who we go to. But this is gonna be it for me. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. A sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. But nothing uncensored in this episode unlike the previous one. And also for people on YouTube that aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. Alright, I'll see you guys next week. Tomorrow and the next day is gonna be Majikoi Day for me. See ya!